Yeah, so a meme, I think in its broadest sense, is a digital item that shares common characteristics with similar other digital items, and they're transferred via the internet. I'm Jess Maddox. I'm a doctoral student here at UGA, and I study popular and visual communication. I find memes interesting because they're such a way to communicate online. So I really think it was this turn to the local in the first place that really made memes big, because people realized they could communicate and talk about their community in this fun inside joke fashion. And I think that's kind of the turn to local is what kind of started the meme trend in the first place. And then we've seen it get bigger since. Like I mentioned, anytime there's a pop culture moment, it may or may not be memed. And so I think there's definitely always some local spark in memes that people are always happy and willing to memify their community.
So I know you've looked at classic city memes briefly.
Yes.
So what were your thoughts?
Yeah, it's interesting because some of it definitely are more traditional memes of what we think with the image and the text, relating to some kind of local jokes and insights and things. I particularly always liked the one that said either you die on Atlanta Highway or live long enough to see yourself move to Epps Bridge. I thought, as someone who's been around Athens for like 8 years, I thought that was really funny. I remember, when I first heard about it, I was like, who's doing this? Like, who is this guy? So it's almost, the creator became almost as much an object of fascination as the meme itself. Yeah, memes are far from perfect utopian communication, and far from perfect images, because who and what gets memed often relies on what we find funny or stereotypes or problematic things. And so I think we also have to look at what we find funny and why we find that funny, and realize if it's something we may or may not should meme. So we never know, when something happens, whether it will become a meme or not. It just has to capture enough people's attentions and hit just the right sweet spot in the cultural moment. I really think the local influence is really what made memes part of our contemporary moment in the first place.